Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome, and thank you for joining us. I'm going to show y'all what I did before I got on camera here. So my spine is 3 inches and the cover is 11.5. Now the paper for this journal is 11 inches. So I measured the outside of the spine by the width wise and the height wise. So what I did was I made me a template for 3 inches wide by 11.5 inches tall, and I marked on there where the top of the paper is supposed to be and the bottom of the paper. Now what I done was I put it on my scoreboard instead of trying to measure and the this and that and the other. I just put it on my scoreboard and I did half of each, so I split it in half. So if you can see here, I know it's right in your face, but I marked it the crossways where I scored it, and I just poked holes in where they crossed. So that is the simplest way I can tell you how to do a template for your spine. So each mark is going to be where a signature is. So that'll be the top hole, the middle hole, and the bottom hole. Does that make sense? I hope so. So now when you sew your signatures in, so I usually make a template, and that template will fit in the middle with the sides folded up, and I'll snap it from on the top and the bottom, and I'll pre-poke my holes where my signatures go. So like this, okay? And so then each place where there's a hole in that template is where I'm going to poke a hole through the spine. So then I know this is going to be signature 1, signature 2, and signature 3 at the cross marks, okay? And then that way your signatures are evenly spaced out in your journal. And then you have all of your holes pre-poked in your spine. And then when you do your papers, you'll take and you'll fold it in half to go in your papers. And then that middle section there will be your holes that you'll poke in each one of your signatures, just the middle. So then you don't have to, so then that is your template to poke just in the middle of your signatures, and it'll line up with your holes. I did have a few questions about, woo, good gracious, I about fell off my stool, y'all. Got too excited. I did about flip plumb backwards. I had to grab the table. Sorry about the earthquake. Y'all all right? Okay. Well, it ain't a Lori video unless something's messed up. Or if I'm coughing, or, just pert near smack y'all in the face with the lid of a box or something. But anywho's, so that's going to go in her spine, and then we'll just poke her holes, and then the middle one will line up your holes for your signatures. So then that way you are going to be perfectly spaced. Okay, now that is the simplest way that I've found to do templates for multi-signature journals, is to just do your measurement of your spine and then put it on a scoreboard and do your score marks instead of, sitting here with a ruler and trying to space over, this many, which you can do it on a 0 ruler, really easy, but that's aggravating. And then trying to, do all the straight lines. So I did the long line down the middle, I did the 2 on the side, and then I turned it long ways, and I just found the middle, and then I, found the middle from the middle to the end, and then the middle to the top. And then you just poke your holes in your cross sections. The easiest thing to do. That's the easiest way to do it. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense and clears up some questions or confusion on how to do a multi-signature template for your journal. All right, now this gold piece here is not long enough to do the whole width of the journal. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that maybe on the middle signature on the first and last page, but it'll still cascade out, you know what I'm saying? And then I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. I haven't figured that far out yet. I wanted it on the edges, but it's not long enough. So we're just going to work on ahead. All right, so now with all of that mouth running said, I do have the green seam binding, so I am going to poke my holes here for my closure because it's going to need it, because it's going to be a fat girl. It's going to be a fat one. So what I want to do today is I want to for sure get the rest of this put together, pick our signatures out, and try our best to get those sewn in today. But I wanted to, you know, first show and tell about how to do that, how to do the template for your multi-signature journals. Alrighty, so right now I'm going to take and put my cotton lace, and this is I need to put them up. I don't need you, so I'll be grabbing them for something, and they ain't gonna cut good. Now this is kind of like a crocheted cotton lace, and I'm gonna put it right here. And thank you, ladies, so much for your insight on the glue gun and doing the fabric and stuff like that. Because I see a lot of YouTubers, you know, they won't touch nothing without a glue gun, you know, going. And I'm just like, well, I just wonder, you know, if that would work for putting the cover on. Several ladies told me that it would not lay flat. And then, you know, because I'm fussing about the Fabri-Tac and the spider webbing of it, you know, just stringing every which way but loose. These are exact same size, aren't they? Yes, they are. And this is good because it is non-directional, so we're just going to flip it over. Put the glue on the edges of it. If it'll come out of this daggum bottle now. And this is thin enough you could probably sew through it if you have a sturdy needle in your sewing machine. I do not. And I am on the lookout for a denim needle that will fit in my sewing machine. Because I got some good advice from one of my viewers that told me that a denim needle that, you know, that would go through denim would probably be my best bet for this. So I gotta scour the worldwide internet to see if I can't find me a denim needle to fit my little sew machine. Okie dokie. Now I'm gonna turn this so I can eyeball school get it even, because it lines up with this. Wipe this mess off my fingers. And y'all, yes, that if you're not getting a bunch on your hands like I was last night, the wet wipes are okay. But if you're getting a lot of Fabri-Tac on your hands and working in your projects and such, that rubbing alcohol and a washcloth works 100% better than the just making sure that that's even here with the cover on the outside, and it does not hinder my fold up there. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, it's so pretty, so pretty. But yep, take that rubbing alcohol, and I know a lot of ladies will keep hand sanitizer on their desk, you know, and they will take, and I've watched several ladies take throughout their filming, and they put the hand sanitizer on and get the glue gunk off of their hands. And this is why I don't do a whole lot of, so-called mixed media. To me, mixed media is like with the paste and the sprays and such. I do have like watercolor paints and stuff like that, and I have one of those, it's like a silicone mat that you can cook with, but I use them to dye my coffee paper stuff on whenever I get time to do that. So I have a 10 layered, and it's like a stack shelf tray, dehydrator for food. And that's what I use the coffee dye with. Yes, ma'am, I sure do. I'll take and layer, and my trays are, they're stainless steel, so the coffee dye ain't gonna hurt them. And I've got several of those. I bought a set of those silicone mats. I keep saying silicone, but I think it's Teflon. It's like a Teflon mat to, and I put it on there, and I use it when I dehydrate my herbs and stuff for my cooking, because I try to grow my own herbs. This year I didn't grow nothing but weeds. That's all I grew in my garden spot this year was weeds. Some of them is taller than my house because we didn't mow it. Because it was, raised beds, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to get in there and mow with the raised beds. Alrighty, so I'm just eyeballing, making sure that is pretty much even-ish with the other side. On the pull-out part of it, I think it's going to be all right. But yeah, so when it is not growing season or dehydrating food season, it is dehydrating coffee dye papers. That's what I use my dehydrator for. Cause one, I don't have a whole lot of space, to set my coffee dye around and let it dry on its own, and just layering them in that shelf, it works good. You put them in there on those Teflon sheets and let them set for, I'll let them set for like 24 hours or so. And then after that, I'll turn it on low because it's the conventional, the fan in the back doesn't have the heat elements or whatever. So if it gets blowed off after it gets dry, it's not going to burn. Thank goodness. So I do have a conventional oven, or convection. It's convection, not it's a convection oven. And I have a convection dehydrator. So it has the fan in the back that blows and circulates the heat around. So then after 24 hours or so of my coffee dye, tea dye, or what have you, being in there, and if it's not quite dry, then I'll just turn that on the lowest setting, which is like 90 or 95, and let it run for a little bit, and I'll just go check on it every little bit. And I don't worry about it, if it blows it off of the Teflon or what have you, because it doesn't have heat element in it. It's got that rotary convection fan in the back. And my oven, my cooking oven stove has the same thing, but I try to do the least hindrance to myself most of the time as possible. And I've found that dehydrator, just letting them set in it and air dry works pretty daggum good. Okay, now I'm going to fold this up here. That is pretty even with my side pieces here. Heck yeah. Just need to do a little bit of trim right there on that, and that's it. Okay, you're all rubbing the daylights out of it, making sure that that side there stays attached good. And we'll do this one the same way. Now, we need to pick out our signatures. I haven't done that. Because, you know, we've got some blue stuff in there that I'm going to pull the blue stuff out and put it to the side. And we'll make us a Let It Snow, Let's Get Cozy journal in January with that stuff, is what I'm thinking. Because I don't have a whole lot of stuff pulled, you know, out to do up until after Christmas. I don't really do the winter type seasons. I do have a real pretty cardinal kit that's, you know, for like snowy and stuff. I thought would be really pretty, but I don't have all my bits collected to make that journal yet. I was taking, because we have some beautiful cardinals that come visit us here in the garden. Yep. And I was collecting pictures on my cell phone for that, actually. Okay, I think that's going to work, y'all. I'm going to let this dry for a little bit here. And then we'll get our signatures picked up and picked out. And then, oh, heck yes, that's beautiful. Beautiful. I may, hate to break it to y'all, but I may wind up keeping this one for myself. For one, I love it. And for two, the fit that the cover has given me, because, you know, it's the first time that I have actually did fabric on this. Most time I cover it with paper. Yeah, I don't think I've done a cereal box fabric cover journal before. It's the first. And we'll need to trim, you know, like this little bits here. We'll need to trim that stuff. That back one's pretty good. The front one there's a little bit too long. You know, a few end pieces there. Oh, wow, we done good and didn't get glue all over the green. That's what I was worried about. But that is our cover, and seeing it folds up, and I left enough room to where that would not hinder the natural crease of the box. So you always want to go about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch back on your end plates if you're doing it with fabric, okay? Now, if you're doing it with paper, you can be fine to just cover the whole thing. You just have to, like, rescore the paper. But with fabric, and you're doing the outside cover and then do the plates on the inside, you'll want to go about 1/8 of an inch from your bend on your spine, so you won't have a hindrance, and then your journal will stay flapped open like this because it won't fold. All right, I'm going to set this over here and let it dry. Don't have a flat spot. There we go. Okay, so I got my journal sewing kit box sitting over here beside of me. I just want to keep mashing this to make sure that that's on there. I don't know. I know it's on there. I just, you know, just over fidgeted with it, I guess I am. Okay, now at this point, if you have a sewing machine and a good needle, you can take and you can sew all around the outside of that, and it would be just fine. Now, some people have given me the idea of, you know, instead of worrying about, you know, covering the corners and this and that, taking and just take one of my vanilla envelopes, or manila envelopes. I've been talking to my mama. She says vanilla, not manila. She's so cute. So take one of your manila envelopes, your office envelope, and put your fabric, you know, like, so like you would fabric tack it down and then leave about 1/4 of an inch around it, and then take and sew that, and then come back and do your pick and shear cut on it. And then if it frays, you've got it sewed where it won't fray any further than that. I may try that in the near future, but not anytime soon. In the near future, but not like anytime soon. Okie dokie. So let's see. All of this is to be played with and make stuff out of. Yes. This is Cozy Winter Skinny Junk Journal Kit by His Grace Carolyn's Musings on Etsy. And I paid $3.59 for it. The regular price for this was $4.79. And I bought this in January the 8th of 2024. So, not this past year in January, or July, last July. So, you see how far behind I am on printing my stuff off, y'all. That just tells you the story in of itself right there. Okay, I know I want to use this. And I think I'm going to save these for the red and green journal. I think I am. Not sure. Because I don't have any more of those. Alright, so see the Let's Get Cozy where everything's blue. Anything that's blue we're going to put aside. And that'll be our Let's Get Cozy journal. So we're going to do, let's just go through and separate the blue tone stuff and the greenish tone stuff. That's blue. That's blue. Oh, this is kind of, I don't know. I may save that for the red and green. And see, this is kind of blue, but it's green also. You see what I'm saying? That's where my confusion comes in. So see, that looks kind of green. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, up against that, it looks blue, don't it? This looks kind of blue. That's a blue-green. I'm going to put it in there. That'll go in there. That's going in here. That's going in here. That can go over there. And then we have this. Okay. Alright. So now this is all the blue tone stuff. Okay. That'll make a cute little winter journal, won't it? Sure will. Alright, so we're going to put all of that to the side. I'm just going to put it back in here. I'll put it to the side and put it in the back. Behind all of this stack of fussy cuts. Okie doke. Okay. So now, that's going to be my front page for sure. This is going to be the center. Well, let's put that with the green, with the blue-green stuff, because it has the cardinals and it's the blue-green. Let's put that over here. Okie dokie. We'll put that there. We'll put this here. So then we have, you know, a front plate. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do that rotation. So these are kind of plain Janie. There's that wolf, Miss Deborah. I think I am going to put it in here because, see, it does have the Christmassy stuff on that. So let's put it right here. Okay, now this one, we're going to go here and here. And we'll go here, here. these are similar. So I think I'm going to put this as the center page in this one. I'm just thinking right now. So let's look and see what we have. So then we have the snowman, and we have this and this and this. So I'm thinking let's put that in there, do that. And we'll have this, and this is the center to this. I know that's still kind of that's kind of blue though. Put you over here for a minute. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that'll be in the very, very center of the journal. That's gonna be cute. Okay. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Yeah. Okie dokie. So that's signature number 3. I think I'm going to like that. And this is signature 2. Because see, you got to look and see what leads into your next signature. I think that's going to be okay. So there is red and green mixed in with this. I'm just playing off of the green. That's all. Okay. We do have 6 in each one, right? Yes. Yes, yes, you do. Knucklehead. That's signature 1, 2, and here is signature 1. So this is going to start the book off, and this will be up against that in the journal. I think that's going to be quite all right. Okay. I have the tree. I have that. There's Mr. Wolf. I have that. And then there is this. Okay. But now I also have tall, skinny, decorative pages here, you know, that we can make stuff out of. And if I need to, I could print on the back of them. I just didn't, because I was like, I'm going to make stuff out of all of this. Because it was, definite, defined, it has a middle, to it. You see what I mean? Yeah. So we have plenty to play with here. Yeah. See, like that would be pretty just to make a tag out of that. Take the rest of it and make like a diagonal pocket out of the music part, and that be the tag. Beautiful. I mean, just craziness. And look, that's super pretty. So this is red and green. It's not mainly green, but I just the biggest reason is, you know, because of this cover and this snowman here. I wanted to do the green cover with it. All right, so now let's get our cover over here. Flip it right side up, knucklehead. All right, so that's going to be the cover. That will be the first page in it. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes. That's going to be the first page in the journal. All right, and then this will be the last page in the journal. Yep. And then that's going to be the middle of the last signature. And then this will be opened up. So that's going to be the middle signature with the little baby looking for Santa Claus up the chimney. And then this is going to be the middle of the first signature. I'm happy with that. All right, so let's fold these suckers up and sew them in there. Shoot. Get it done. Okay, flip them over this way so I don't get them mixed up. Get them mixed up, you know what I'm saying? And that's messed up and mixed up. Mixed up. If you've been here very much of time at all, you know I mix words together. I don't know why. I think it's dysplasia. That's what my sister tells me. Or I got hit in the head too many times. I did have a real bad wreck on my second honeymoon that I was in the hospital for, and then had to stay in Florida for another 2 weeks because I couldn't fly home because of the pressure change because I had a concussion. And I still have flashback so-called memories of that incident, of what happened. I do finally, 15 years later, have all of it pictured together. We were pulling out of a bank, went across I-4, actually side road turning on to I-4. And it has like 3 lanes this way. The lanes on the outside were like turning lanes, and you have 2 lanes here. And then you have like a bike merge lane. And then there was like a bunch of median areas that were grass and trees and such. Palm trees. We hit the only oak tree. I think it's in Florida. I don't know. But yeah. And my head got stuck in the windshield, and they had to break the windshield out to get my head out of it. So yeah, my head is stronger than a windshield of a car. And that's what's wrong with me. I'm just stubborn. That's all it is. I'm just stubborn. But yeah. So for the longest time, I couldn't even remember how I got home from Florida. They told me I got on a plane in Orlando. We stopped in Atlanta, waited an hour, switched flights, and arrived in Charlotte. I don't remember none of it. Not every bit of that. Don't remember getting on the first plane, getting off of that one, getting on the next plane. I don't remember any of that at all. Whatsoever. But yeah. And then all this is going to be super fun and pretty. I like this one. I think I will keep this one for myself. I don't know. It's pretty. It's the colors that's in that my daughter has in her room at Christmas. That sagey green with the tan and the gold. Oh, it's so beautiful. That's the colors that she has on her tree, her bed, and all of her Christmas decorations in her room. And I told her, I just had told her before I sat down here, it's like, you would love this new journal I'm making, Sissy. It is your colors. Okay. So that is signature 1. I got them mixed up. That's the last one. Because I remembered the baby. You can tell that's real faint, but he's looking up the chimney. I'm going to turn it this way so you can get the full picture. You can see it's real faint. He's looking at the chimney, or chimney, fireplace, looking for Santa Claus. I think that's just sweet. And these were used to back in the day when I scrapbook a bunch, and you know, you went and had your kids' pictures made every month and stuff. They would, you know, you could get the disc of the pictures and all of this and that and print them out yourself. Well, I used to do that. Me and my sister-in-law did. And we would buy, where you could, used to have them at Staples and Walmart, wherever you could buy stationery. Basically, they had those full-page stationery type ad papers where you could print on it or whatever, like full-page invitations, I think, is kind of what they are. And we used to buy all of them, like tons and tons of them. So then when I was like these here, yeah, it's a 24-pound heavy page, ideal, blah, 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 20 specialty papers. So we used to buy all of these. I actually have bought like 100 of these right here because I love the snowflakes, and put my baby's pictures on the middle of it, you know, and this one too with their Christmas picture and Santa Claus. But I ran across these at a thrift store, and I was like, shut up, look at that, I gotta get them, you know. And I did. For one was $2 because it was unopened. The other one was open and it was $1. And I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna get that. You know, all the journals that those are gonna go in. Now I could probably take and put some in this and these. Oh, this is super fun. This one here is a little thicker paper. Kind of worried about it cracking when I folded it because I didn't massage the paper. Okie dokie. So, are all of y'all getting the cold front? We getting a cold front here. We got a frost and freeze warning for Friday. It's supposed to be the first time it's going to frost and freeze for us. And it is coming about 2 weeks late. Normally we get a frost, you know, around the 1st of October. It'll dip down low and frost one good time. Now, which we did have a few nights where it got into the low 40s. And that helped the, you know, the Autumn Leaves Festival, where everybody comes from here and there and the other place and tells their mom and them, you know, they come and show up for the Autumn Leaves Festival in our town, and then go up on the parkway to view the leaf color. Oh yes, that is going to be super pretty. Okie doke. So we got them together. Alright, we'll start. I think it would be better to start with the back one. It always works out better for me to do the back one first. Alright, let's get our pokey mat. I need my chapstick. I moved my chapstick, y'all, so I wouldn't accidentally pick up a glue stick and not look and then put glue on my lips, which I'm sure some people will be like, I wish you would glue your mouth together. But, you know. Alrighty, here we go. So, this is the top. We're double checking everything, making sure everything is upright. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this here in the middle of my journal cover. I'm going to fold my sides up to make sure that that is where it needs to go. I'm pretty sure that is where it needs to go. Because I've covered this one so well, I can't tell where the fold is unless I fold it up. Okie dokie. I'm going to take my big clip binder clips and put it on there for right now. I'm going to do this again here to make sure that we did not get it wonky jawed up and sideways. Okay. Quit flip-flopping on me, buddy. And it's doing that where I folded it down the middle like a knucklehead. Alright, and then I'm going to take and clip this here. And then I'm going to poke my holes in this. So then it's a little easier for me. See what I'm saying? A little bit of work ahead with the scoring and stuff on your template will help a whole lot. So that's why I said when I started off the video, the best way that I've found to make the template is to do the score marks and stuff on it instead of trying to draw the lines and that with a ruler and a pencil. Just get you a scoreboard. Make the template, you know, the height and the width of your spine. And then figure out how many signatures you want. Because starting out today, I was just going to put 2 signatures in this. And I was like, no, let's go ahead and do 3. We can do 5 or 6 pages, you know, be a plenty. And then we can just decorate the heck out of those 5 or 6 pages in each signature. All right, so now my holes are poked in my spine. So now I'm going to take my template, I'm going to fold it in half where it already was scored. And then the middle is lined up for each signature, and that's all I got to go by is line up the top and the bottom of the paper with my paper length and poke the holes in it. And I know I'm being a little bit extra with that, but you know, because this is a 3 signature journal and we want to make sure that, you know, our signatures are even. So now what I do is take my papers and see where I have the lines drawn. I take and put it at the top and at the bottom of the paper. And what I do is I don't even flip this most of the time. I'll go ahead and pre-poke them. Just keep making sure that that is lined up with the top and the bottom. So you see what I'm saying with your top piece and your bottom piece here? Just keep making sure that that is lined up. And I go ahead and I just pre-poke my paper. So then I don't have to fool with hanging onto this and clipping it into my journal. All right, so now you can barely see it real faint, the holes that are poked in here. Okay, now if you by chance get lost midways, you still have your template. You can lay it down, line it up, repoke them. And we may have to do that because this fabric may close up on us, and that's fine if it does. We'll fix it. Okie dokie. So here we go, y'all. And I'm not clipping this in. I'm just going straight into it. Now once I get this sewn in, I will clip it to the cover just to get it out of my face. Okay. So right there's the hole. Now I am going to do this like a traditional 3-hole pamphlet stitch because it is a longer width and I don't want to risk loading up the bottom of it and it coming out. Usually on the tall skinny ones I kind of kind of do that. Just make sure you don't poke that thread. Okay, I'm looking for my holes. It's right there. So on this fabric, you may have to go back and wring your hole out. Just so, because it'll close up on you. Alright, so now this string you keep over to the side. Pull this one taut. Go underneath that and pull it away from each other. Like so. Okay. Well, if I can pick up the string, good gracious. So I pull it away from each other and I'm going to tie my knots. I always do 3. And then every time I pull on it, I pull away from each other. And I am going to leave this hanging down for dangles. And then, yep, good and taut. Okie doke. So now, these I'm going to put up in here. Fold this over. Check the wiggle woggle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to clip this sucker down here. Just to keep it out of my way. Alright, so now, here's this one. It's my middle one. Now, if you feel that you can't sew a signature in without using your clips, okay, no problem. So we have, like, you know, the big paper clips, or we have the ring binder clips, or the big binder clips. So now, because I've already pre-poked them, you know. So I I pre-hooked my hose. So then I'm going to line this up right here. But now what I do is I'll line the top and the bottom up with my paper. And I will take my clip and put that guide in behind it. See? So make sure that it is lined up. And you take your paper clip or your binder and you hold it on there. But you got to make sure that your top and bottom stay lined up on your papers. If not, it's going to be off on your signature when you sew it into your journal cover. It's just a smidget that keeps wanting to push it that way. Okie doke. And some people take and just lay it flat and do it. I can't do that. I gotta have it where it's folded. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have it in that fold. Okay. If you can see, I'm lifting it off of my pokey mat, and I'm checking each time to make sure that my top and bottom of my page is lined up. So then that way we'll go over here So I know that all of my papers are poked right, so I don't need to attach it to my cover. As long as this is lined up with the top and the bottom of your page, you're fine. All your pages should be poked right. Whoops, it works if you put the eye of the needle up to try to thread the needle cracking nugget. Okie doke. So let's start in the middle. And I am just pushing and feeling whereabouts my hole is at right there. Let's repoke it. Because, you know, it's fabric, it's going to close back up with you. Just flip it over and look for it. There we go. It's not this hard. I'm just having issues with my hands, y'all. You can see my hands shaking. I don't know why. Y'all making me nervous. Not really. I just kind of come on here and talk to y'all like y'all just sitting in my craft room with me. I mean, really, that's what I do. You know, if I talk about my work day or what have you, or, you know, some crazy loon of a customer come in and having a fit, you know, something like that. So I just come in and sit down, talk to my friends in my craft room. That's how I go about my videos. I hope y'all are okay with that. Oops. Y'all see what I did, didn't you? I was going back to my wayward ways. And forgetting, you know, this is a tall, skinny journal, honey bunny. You need to reinforce your signature. So if you can see, I kind of go at an angle away from my thread, trying in the hopes that I will not pierce that thread there in the middle. Good Lord, do you think I got that thread doubled up enough there? I mean, really, honey. So then here, I'll take and I'll poke it and try the angle away from my thread. Try my best not to poke that thread. I really try my best not to poke my threads. And I guess that's why I do, you know, like the regular size journals, I tend to do the 3-hole stitch the way that Miss Edith does on Scrapbooking with Me, because it's less opportunity to repoke your thread. Oh my goodness, honey bunny, get yourself in there. You're right there. Okay, so yeah, see, it's not poked, because if it was poked, I couldn't do none of that right there with it. There we go. Pull the other end. I was pulling the wrong end of it. Crazy. There we go. Oops, evened up enough. Alright, so. Uh-oh. No, that's right. It's on the opposite side. I'm losing it. Sorry, y'all. No, it's not right. That's supposed to go over there, right? And then this goes underneath. I don't know. I done lost it. I done lost it. Alright, yeah. So that goes underneath that one. But why is that pulling? It shouldn't be pulling that. There we go. That's why, because I didn't have a hold. I had to hold of the wrong string. My goodness gracious. Don't watch what I'm doing. If you want to learn how to do something, don't watch me. The whole time, y'all, I was pulling on the top string instead of the bottom string. Knucklehead. Knucklehead. Yeah, I was pulling the wrong string. Crazy. I sure was. I was sitting here pulling the heck out of this string going, well, why is that loosening up? Because you're pulling the wrong one, dummy. I know somebody was yelling just loud as they could at me. Probably Miss Carrie. Going, that's the wrong one, Laurie. Oh, my goodness. Oh, crazy, crazy, crazy. Lunatic. I'm so sorry, y'all. Alrighty. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. I better quit laughing. I'll wind up having a daggum asthma attack. Oh. Y'all, speaking of asthma attacks, my goodness, there was this lady, honey, come in the store today. And her perfume, bless her heart, it smelled like Raid bug spray. I am not even joking. And, I mean, she sent me into a full-on asthmatic fit. I couldn't breathe. I turned the fan on trying to blow the perfume smell away from me. And finally, I was just like, ma'am, I am so sorry. I cannot wait on you. She's like, well, what's wrong with you? You sick or something? I was like, no, ma'am. I was perfectly fine until you walked in here with that bug spray perfume you got on. And I did say that, and I don't care. Well, I ain't even got no cologne on me today, she said. And I said, phew. And the man behind her goes, smells like you took a bath in it. And I started laughing. I said, honey, I'm so sorry, but I can't even breathe right now to, you know, to ring you up or wait on you or to see what you need help with. I am so, so sorry. I was like, and it's just allergies. It's bad allergies. I can't help it, you know. Trying to, you know, make her not feel bad because I'm pretty sure I'd already done that. Talking about her perfume. And she goes, well, all right then. She said, well, when do you think you'll be able to breathe so you can ring me up? I was like, honey, until you don't wear that perfume you got on, I can't do it. I mean, I really was, I mean, just, I mean, and I hate to say that, and I hate to talk about it on here, but it is the truth. I'm sorry. I'm a truth teller. But, yeah, she, whew-wee goodness, y'all. I'm just double checking to make sure that they're all upright. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't do that one. It's too late now, ain't it? I done sewed it in her. But anyhow, yeah, her, anything musky smelling, like any kind of musk, like a soft musk. My mom used to wear that from Avon, soft musk, and it would choke me to death. Anything of that type musk scent or whatever. And some of these essential oils that people wear instead of cologne or what have you, boy, they get me good too. And I think that's what she had on, was like some type of essential oil. Because, I mean, it smelled super duper musky. You know, and I was just like, ugh. And I'm, you know, like I don't know. What can I explain it? Okay, so, you know, sometimes, look, I was about to do it again. When you go to, like a thrift store or something like that, and you can tell that, it came from, it was stored in like a basement or something like that. You can tell that dirt smell. That's what it smells like to me. It smells like moist basement dirt. That's the only way I can explain it. And it about takes my breath. I can't do it. If it's a light, airy perfume, I'm fine with it. But as far as like heavy scents, I can't deal with it. Can't do it. And there's some candles and scentsy things and stuff like that I can't deal with either. It about chokes me up. Okay, it'll be evened up if I pulled the right string again. Let's not get in that debate of pulling the wrong string. Okay, I got them in separate hands. Let's pull them. There you go. There you go. Pull them away from each other. Separate strings. Yes, ma'am. I know Carrie's watching this video going, you big knucklehead. Look at you. Look at you. Just pulling the wrong string the whole time. No wonder your journal ain't coming together crazy. I know, Carrie. I know, honey. I do that from time to time. And I'll sit here, y'all, and try to tie bows and do the exact same thing. Pull the loop that goes, that's looped around, you know, and then you try to take the other one. And I'll pull the one that's looped over here every single time. That's why I can't tie bows. It really is. And Carrie, please don't think I'm picking on you, because, you know, I'm not picking on you. I'm not talking bad about nobody. So please, nobody think that. But I just know Miss Carrie was sitting there going, Lori, pull the right string, honey. Pull the right string. I could hear her now. Miss Lori, pull the right string, honey. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about Carrie the Paper Monkey. I love me some Miss Carrie, y'all. She is such a sweet, loving, caring lady. And just, I mean, beyond... For somebody I have never, ever met in person or even talked to on the phone, y'all, has showed me more love than people that I call family. I'm just saying that. Or people that are supposed to be blood kin family to me. Yes, ma'am. You sure do, Miss Carrie. I greatly appreciate you, honey. And I tell you what, if you need somebody in your corner, she's it. She believes in helping and sharing and showing the love to smaller channels. Y'all, look at that. Look at that. Look yonder what we did, y'all. And yeah, I got big long strings. I'm going to tie some dingle dangles on it. And yeah, it's way too long. I wasted a bunch, but that's okay. Yes, yes, yes. Heck yeah. All right. But yes, ma'am, Miss Carrie, you are sure appreciated around here. Now, it's like a gold yellow. So I was like, I think that would match with that stuff there, you know, and not take away from it. Because I didn't want to put lace over it, you know what I'm saying? And then I said, well, if I did the green, that's going to show up in, you know, and if I did the off-white, that would show up through here and look strippity striped, and I didn't want that. So, oh man, ain't it going to be pretty, y'all? Love it. Let's do a flip through of it and massage the pages, because, you know, we just sewed them in, so they got to be massaged so we can put and glue and decorate what we want to on them. Oh, look, I just refolded that by accident, didn't I? Let's see, we'll have to put us a pocket there. That's no big deal. We can do that. Now, I probably should have did like a 4 whole pamphlet stitch. That would have been really super duper good. But I didn't want it to be, you know, I wanted my pages where they would lay, you know, like they're laying. Sometimes when I do a 4 or a 5 hole pamphlet stitch, my pages kind of stick up because they're just so tight into the spine. Oh, yes. I love it. How long have I been on here yapping? Over an hour, of course. You know, because we're doing this one right. You know, we're not speeding up the process. Oh, look. And seeing that's going to be cute. Him looking up to see where Santa Claus is at. Well, honey, quit trying to refold your papers. And it's kind of what we're doing because, you know, we folded them all. Then we sewed them into signatures. So now we got to go through and relax our pages. So they will lay the way we want them to. So when we decorate them, you know, they're not going to be flimsy and laying every other which way. And I do this to pretty much all journals that I make. I'll go back through even after I sew it in, and I'll give it another crease and a fold. That's thick. You know why it's thick? Because I got 2 pages there, knucklehead. And then this also gives you, you know, a look at all the pages in the journal. You know. Oh, and there's the center sew scene. That's so cute. So then when I go to the back side, you know, I'll be a little easier with my fold. Catch it in the middle and go top to bottom, because it will recrease your paper for you and help it fold a little better, so it won't be as stiff, so it'll lay flat. Oh, that church is pretty in the snow there. That's so pretty. I love the way that layered out. That is just super pretty. Sometimes, you know, we have happy accidents like that. Because, you know, I was not, I had the forethought of flip-flopping each page back and forth, which sometimes I will do that to see how they're going to lay and how they look in the book. You know, I will do that. I'll admit to that. But, yeah, so there is the center. And that's what it looks like when it's opened. Oh, wow, that's so pretty. I'm so happy, y'all. Yes, I am. Okie doke. So, that is our journal with the signature sewed in. So now I think what I'm going to do with those gold pieces here is I'm just going to put them, it's going to be about 10 inches. I'm going to put them right here and here. And then when that is folded up, that is going to, you know, it's not going to stick too far out the side, but it'll be about right there. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be pretty, and that's what I'm going to do. And then we may just work on ephemera. What's today? Thursday. This will be y'all's Friday video. Shut up. I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby Saturday and see if I can find some more of this or something similar gold tone, because that's all I got of that. I'm pretty sure that's where I got that from. But, yep. And then my other thought before I get off of here was, you know, how I was talking about having this as like the front closure piece, or maybe even up here dangling around. I thought, what if we trimmed it down and put it on the spine? What do y'all think of that? I'm thinking that's what I might do with it, is put it on the spine, and that will help. That'll dress it up when it's on your bookshelf. Look, right underneath the Merry Christmas, right in there, and that'll help hide those. Yes, I think that's what I will do with that. Sit up here, buddy. I'm going to trim it and glue it, like right here. You see what I'm saying? And that'd be the dangle on the spine of it. Shut up. That's going to be super pretty. I like that. Put it right in there. No, right here. And that'll be the dangle down your spine. And then I said, what about, you know, if you're laying it down to try to write in it, that's going to hinder that. You know what I mean? So back up to the top we go, I guess. We can put it at the top. Glue it right there and there. And then that way, when you lay it down to write, you can flip it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I want that on here somewhere. It's going to be on here somewhere. We'll figure it out. Okay, I'm going to get off here because I run my mouth too much tonight. And it's took a while to get this in here. But that is our 3-hole pamphlet stitch tall skinny journal. Goodness, boy, it's a mouthful in it. Oh, it's going to be so fun, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. We'll work on some ephemera. I've got a bunch of pockets and tags and flips and flops and stuff like that in here. And we'll work on that tomorrow. And then we'll go through and see what we want where and what pieces we need to make. I know we're going to need to make quite a bit of tags and or pockets, because there is some, but not enough to where, because I want a pocket and a tag or a flip or a flop on every page. Y'all know that. That's a given. You know what I mean? Alrighty, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.